Hello, I'm Nathan, and I don't like baking over the holiday season. So today I'm gonna show you a recipe that looks baked, but actually isn't, to impress your family members. Alright, so we're first gonna start by washing our hands. Alright, next I'm gonna show you the ingredients you need for the recipe. First, you need Oreos. You can use normal Oreos or mint Oreos, or any flavor Oreos you like, but I prefer mint Oreos. Cream cheese, baking chocolate, this one's almond bark, and parchment paper. We're gonna start by using the almond bark chocolate, and we're gonna bake it on a stove at low heat, and make sure to always mix it. Put it on the wall. Alright, we're just gonna wait for that to melt a bit. And we're gonna put our Oreos into the blender. Now that it's all blended, let's check on our chocolate. Make sure to always check on it and to make sure it's not burning or melting. And always make sure to stir it constantly. Next, we're gonna add our Oreo to our bowl with the cream cheese. Now we're gonna mix our cream cheese into our Oreo mixture until it is completely mixed and combined. Make sure to mix the cream cheese and the Oreo mixture well until it's completely combined. In 1908, a man named Jacob Booth ended up making a cookie company in Kansas City that was very successful. A couple years later, Jacob ended up getting sick, leaving the company in the hands of his brother and another man. Those two men ended up combining that company with a big competitor of Jacob's company, which Jacob was not a fan of. They ended up making Nezuko. When Jacob got better, he ended up coming back to the city to make his own competing company to fight Nezuko. A couple years after that, Jacob ended up making a cookie called Hydrox, which was 2 cookies with a stuffing in the middle. And then a couple years after that, to compete with that, they ended up making Oreo. Jacob's cookie was called Hydrox, and Nezuko's was called Oreo. The only problem was Hydrox had a very chemical name and was much cheaper than Oreo, which made it seem cheap and a knockoff, where Oreo ended up making theirs more expensive and also made it more generalized to people. So marketing ended up giving Nezuko the edge to win the Oreo war. You can find this information on the KCUR radio site in Kansas City. Alright, now that we're all done mixing, it should look at something a little bit like this. And now they're ready to be made into balls. But first, we're going to rewash our hands to make sure that they're completely clean before we touch the food. Alright, now that our hands are clean, we're going to now form the cookie dough Oreo mixture into small balls to be later put into the chocolate to be made. You can use gloves if you would like also during this process. It will make it faster than rather just cleaning your hands again. Alright, now we're going to put our balls into the chocolate. So we're going to use a spoon, put it in, and then we're just gonna use this to roll it around so it completely covers the ball. After that, you're just gonna scoop it out, put it on a tray. And we're gonna repeat that task until all of your balls are covered. Now that our chocolate is fully covered in the hot chocolate mixture, we can put like decorations on top to make it more festive. But since this is a tutorial, we're just gonna move to the next step, which we just put it in our fridge for about 10 minutes. The chocolate should harden, and then they should be ready to eat. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope that you enjoy your Oreo balls.